on, everybody? I am Jason Rouslin here for the Awesemo YouTube channel. Of course, you can find me on Twitter at DFSGolfer23. And I'm here today to tell you the top 5 values for the RBC Heritage. Now, I know it's the week after the Masters. Could be a little bit of a hangover, or what we call the Masters hangover, but I'll give you 250,000 reasons to get excited about this week's event. And while there may not be a green jacket, there is a tartan plaid jacket for the winner here this week. And while these are the top 5 values, you never know what could come out of them. In fact, last week in these 2 videos, the values in the sleepers, we went 9 for 10 in making the cut, had 3 top 10s, 2 top 5s mixed in there. So let's take that momentum from the Masters over here to RBC Heritage and Harbortown Golf Links. Now, I want to make sure you guys like and subscribe to our Awesemo YouTube channel here. Also, for your sports betting needs, check out the OddsShopper channel and make sure you subscribe to there. Thanks to Yahoo, the sponsor of this short form video. Let's dig in now to our top 5 values on the board here this week for the RBC Heritage. Now, they're going to Harbortown Golf Links, a fun little golf course. To learn just a little bit more about that, check out my first cut article that is free each and every week and free now. So, all right, let's dig in. The first guy I want to tell you about, well, he is a guy that most people, I'm going to say, have not heard about, but in the world rankings and according to our Awesemo value ranking, part of our DFS projections, part of our premium package. And if you're not part of our premium package, I'm going to tell you about a sweet deal we've got going on with Yahoo in just a minute. But he's the 5th best ranked value on the board, coming in at just $6,300. Missed the cut last week at the Masters, but he was right on the number, right at 5 over, so you never know what could have happened. He could have been the Min Woo Lee of the weekend, who ended up having a fantastic bout. So what do we like about him? Well, we don't know too much about this guy, but in the small sample that we have seen, he should be pretty good for this golf course. He hits a ton in greens in regulation, hits a lot of fairways, doesn't hit it long. So for Kanaya, this could be a really good spot this week to jumpstart his PGA Tour career. Next guy I want to talk about is Mackenzie Hughes. He's coming in at just $6,900 this week and $29 on Yahoo. And he's also the 3rd best value according to our Awesemo DFS projections this week. Course history, well, he came in 50th last year. Did not play the year before that. We only give 2 years here. Now, for Hughes, well, the recent form, it certainly could be better, as he did miss the cut last week at the Masters. But I like his game coming into this week. As we look at his strokes gained, 151st off the tee. Well, that's not that great, but we don't need that all that much here. It's a lot of less than drivers off the tee, so that should be mitigated. 107th on the approach, 40th around the green, and 6th putting. So for Mackenzie Hughes, certainly one of the best short game in probably in the world. I think that's probably not a stretch to say. And for Hughes, he's in a little bit of a rut, so this is a good place for him to come back, bounce back. One of the best values on the board. All right, now we'll head over to our 2nd best value on the board. Golfer that's coming in at $7,200 has made the cut here a couple of times in a row. It's Sepp Straka. And Sepp Straka, again. So first, I wanted to back up the Takumi Kanaya. Doesn't have enough starts on the PGA Tour yet to have strokes gain information. That's why I didn't give it. So moving on to Sepp Straka. Now, he's coming in at just $27 on Yahoo, $7,200 on DraftKings this week. The 2nd best value on the board, only behind Cameron Young. The reason why I have Sepp Straka here over Cameron Young is Young is in a little bit of a rut. Speaking of a rut, he's missed the cut the last couple of times. Wasn't even close at Augusta last week. So we'll lay off, even though value projections have him as one of the best. We'll lay off until he finds his way onto the weekend. It's been a couple of starts now where he's missed the cut, so we'll lay off a little bit. Not on Sepp Straka, however, though, because he's coming off a 25th place finish last week and a good finish the week before that. So take a look at Sepp Straka as we go into the strokes gained ranks. Start with off the tee, 88th, 127 for his approaches, 152 around the green. And for his putting, well, he's had actually a pretty good putting year. And obviously, you can't win without putting well. So for Sepp Straka, who ranked 46th, it's going to pale in comparison, however, to our next golfer who's coming up. Let's talk about Sepp Straka. Actually, we just did. Sorry, let's talk about Ty Hatton. I apologize. I was looking at my notes there for a second. So, Ty Hatton, man. If you watched the Masters last week, you certainly would have gotten quite a few laughs, not just one or two, quite a few laughs on Ty Hatton. He flicked off the hole on the first hole. He was shooting cannons out of his putter on the 13th hole. let's just say it was not the week for Hatton at the Masters, but he comes in as a 10th best ranked value on the board here this week at the RBC Heritage. And that's just of everybody in the field. Of golfers above 8,000, he's far and away the best value. So take a strong look at Ty Hatton this week. Course history is pretty good as well. 39th and 3rd in the last 2 years. We know about the 52nd, I already said, the Masters last week. And now let's go to a strokes gained rank for the season. 104 off the tee, 54 on the approach, 82 around the green, and first. That's right, first putting. Maybe he hasn't figured out Augusta greens, but he has putted incredibly well this year. All right, let's go into our last value here before we tell you about a sweet deal we've got going on with Yahoo. First off, speaking of Yahoo, let's talk about Ty Hatton. He's $39 over there this week. Forgot to mention that last point on Ty Hatton. Okay, now let's go on to our top value above 9,000 this week, according to our Awesemo DFS projections. It is my guy, Patrick Cantlay. Finally breaking out of a slump last week. Only came in 39th at Augusta, but still at the Masters, not a bad start. He had missed the cut a couple of times in the previous few years there. So good for him to play the weekend again. And now we can come to a course where we've had great success, except for last year when he was in a very bad stretch of golf. Missed the cut at the Masters, missed the cut at the RBC. Just wasn't great. Well, now he made the cut here. And when he's done that, when he's made the cut at Augusta, he has come over here and come in the top 10, at least a third, a seventh, and a third in the other 3 starts here at Harbortown Golf Links for Patrick Cantlay. So take a long look at him this week. Just $10,000 on DraftKings this week, which, again, could be one of the best players in the field. Should be, and $48 on Yahoo. Now, to finish up on Patrick Cantlay, 20th off the tee this season, 146 on the approaches. That's been his problem. It's been the irons. They've been very hot and cold. 14th around the green and 20th putting. He's always solid with a short game. Okay, so I gave you the Awesemo value ranks. Those are part of our Awesemo DFS projections, which of course are part of our Awesemo Plus package. And if you're not already a member and haven't signed up for Yahoo yet, then I've got a sweet deal for you. All you got to do is go over and be a new user, sign up, make a deposit, play in your first paid contest, and you'll get a free month of Awesemo Plus Platinum. That's going to give you all of the sports we cover, not just golf. It's going to give you Formula One racing, NBA, MLB, and so much more. So take advantage of that sweet deal. All right, if you haven't checked out my PGA DFS course and player preview, go ahead and check that out now. And of course, coming up right after this is my top 5 sleepers for the RBC Heritage. So until then, everybody, thanks for joining. We'll see you on the other side. Cheers.